All right, buckle up everyone, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wonderful, wacky world of North Korea. Forget Disney World, folks. This is the real Magic Kingdom. From their unique approach to timekeeping, to their love of basketball, we're leaving no stone unturned, no propaganda poster unexamined. So, grab your Kim Jong-il approved sunglasses, make sure your phone is definitely not recording anything, and let's get cracking with the first 10 entries on our list of the 30 weirdest facts about North Korea. Let's kick things off with a calendar conundrum. You see, in North Korea, it's not 2023, oh no, it's Juche 113. North Korea operates on the Juche calendar, based on the birth year of their eternal president, Kim Il-sung. Just imagine the birthday parties. Happy 113th, great leader. Here's a rice cake shaped like a tractor. The Juche calendar is a constant reminder that in North Korea, time doesn't just march on. It goose steps in perfect unison, forever enthralled to the legacy of the Kim dynasty. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go update my time-traveling app. Apparently, I'm a few decades behind. Next up, we delve into the world of North Korean justice, and let me tell you, it makes Scared Straight look like a day at Disneyland. North Korea operates under a unique legal principle known as the 3 generations of punishment. Basically, if you commit a crime in North Korea, not only are you in trouble, but your parents and even your children could face the music too. Forget grounding your kid. Try sending them to a labor camp because grandpa stole a loaf of bread back in the 80s. The specifics of this rule are shrouded in secrecy because, well, everything in North Korea is shrouded in secrecy. But the message is clear: toe the line, or your entire family tree is going down. So if you ever find yourself planning a family vacation to North Korea, maybe leave the rebellious teenager at home, just to be safe. Ah, the internet. A glorious digital playground of cat videos, conspiracy theories, and targeted advertising. Unless you live in North Korea, that is. Meet Red Star OS, North Korea's homegrown operating system, designed to keep its citizens safely within the digital walls of the Hermit Kingdom. Forget Google, Facebook, or even Wikipedia. On Red Star OS, the internet is a carefully curated selection of government-approved websites. It's like the internet equivalent of a state-run news channel, only with fewer cat videos, and a lot more portraits of Kim Jong Un looking thoughtfully into the distance. One wrong click, and it's not just your internet history that's getting wiped clean. Next up on our tour of North Korean oddities, we visit Kijeongdong, a peculiar little town nestled right on the border between North and South Korea. What makes Kijeongdong so special? It's widely believed to be completely uninhabited, a meticulously maintained facade designed to entice defectors from the south. From a distance, Kijeongdong boasts all the hallmarks of a thriving North Korean community: brightly painted apartments, bustling factories, and even children playing in the streets. But get a little closer, and the illusion starts to crumble. The lights are always on, but no one's home. It's a stage set, a carefully constructed Potemkin village designed to present a sanitized, idealized version of life in the north. Whether it's an elaborate propaganda ploy or just a really expensive way to keep up with the Joneses, Kijeongdong stands as a testament to the lengths North Korea will go to maintain its carefully crafted image. Now let's talk fashion, because apparently, even in the world of totalitarian dictatorships, one can't escape the allure of a good power suit. And when it comes to North Korean fashion, there's one man who reigns supreme. The dear leader himself, Kim Jong-il. According to North Korean propaganda, Kim Jong-il wasn't just a brilliant military strategist, a gifted musician, and a master of all things. He was also a goddamn fashion icon. His signature khaki jumpsuit, often paired with platform shoes and oversized sunglasses. Forget Armani, this was high fashion, North Korean style. State media claimed that Kim Jong-il's outfits sparked international trends, with people around the world clamoring to emulate his unique sense of style. In the world of North Korean propaganda, even the most outlandish claims can become gospel. All right, sports fans, let's talk hoops, because even in the world of international isolation, North Korea finds time for a little basketball diplomacy. But like most things in this enigmatic nation, their version of the game comes with a few unique twists. First up, forget your slam dunks and three-pointers. In North Korean basketball, style points are just as important as points on the board. Showmanship is encouraged, with acrobatic layups and flashy passes earning thunderous applause from the crowd. But here's where things get really interesting. In North Korea, a missed free throw isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a point deduction for your team. Imagine the tension, the agony of watching your teammate brick a free throw, knowing that you're not just down a point, but actively losing ground. So, the next time you're watching an NBA game, spare a thought for the basketball players of North Korea, where the stakes are high, the rules are baffling, and the only thing more important than winning is looking good doing it. Beneath the surface of North Korea, hidden from the prying eyes of satellites and spies, lies a vast network of underground tunnels, a subterranean labyrinth shrouded in secrecy and speculation. These aren't your average sewer systems, folks. We're talking about massive, strategically placed tunnels capable of transporting troops, weapons, and even entire tanks across the country. Imagine a giant, underground highway system designed to outmaneuver and outfox any potential enemies. Now, the exact extent of this subterranean network remains a mystery. Some experts estimate that it could stretch for hundreds of miles, connecting key military installations, government buildings, and even rumored escape routes for the elite. It's a testament to North Korea's paranoia, their unwavering belief that the world is out to get them, and their willingness to go to extraordinary lengths to prepare for any eventuality. So, while we may never know the full story behind North Korea's underground world, one thing's for sure. It's a reminder that beneath the surface of this enigmatic nation lies a hidden world of secrets, intrigue, and possibly a few lost tourists who took a wrong turn. Move over, iPad. There's a new tablet in town, and this one comes preloaded with a healthy dose of North Korean ideology. Introducing the Samjeon tablet, North Korea's answer to the digital age, where access to information is tightly controlled, and the only apps you'll find are dedicated to the glorification of the state. Forget Angry Birds or Candy Crush. On the Samjeon tablet, you can enjoy hours of fun reading the collected works of Kim Il-sung, watching state-approved documentaries, or brushing up on your North Korean history. It's like the internet, but without all the pesky freedom of information and access to the outside world. So, while the Samjeon tablet may not be winning any innovation awards anytime soon, it's a fascinating glimpse into the world of North Korean technology, where the internet is a privilege, not a right, and the only apps you'll find are the ones the government wants you to see. Now, let's take a trip to Pyongyang, North Korea's capital city, where the streets are wide, the buildings are imposing, and the traffic lights are nowhere to be found. Instead of relying on automated signals, Pyongyang entrusts its traffic management to an army of immaculately dressed traffic controllers, who direct the flow of vehicles with a precision that would make a symphony conductor proud. These aren't your average traffic cops, folks. We're talking about highly trained individuals, often women, who stand on elevated platforms, using a combination of precise hand gestures and whistle blows to keep the city moving. It's a mesmerizing sight to behold, a symphony of human movement and coordination that's both impressive and slightly unnerving. It's like watching a live-action game of SimCity, where the only thing missing is a fast-forward button. So, if you ever find yourself driving in Pyongyang, remember to ditch your GPS, ignore your instincts, and just follow the directions of the traffic controllers. They're the ones with the real power in this city. All right, folks, let's raise a glass, or a propaganda poster, to Taedonggang beer, North Korea's very own brew, crafted with a unique blend of socialist ideals and fermented rice. In a country where resources are scarce and culinary creativity often takes a backseat to necessity, Taedonggang beer has emerged as a national treasure, a source of pride and, dare we say, enjoyment. Now, we're not saying it's going to give your favorite craft IPA a run for its money, but according to those brave souls who've dared to cross the DMZ and sample this enigmatic brew, it's surprisingly drinkable. Some even describe it as having a slightly sweet, malty flavor with a clean finish. But let's be honest, folks, the real appeal of Taedonggang beer lies in its novelty factor. It's a beer from a country that's practically synonymous with secrecy and isolation. So, the next time you find yourself craving a cold one, spare a thought for the thirsty comrades of North Korea. raising a glass of Taedonggang beer to the dear leader, the party, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, there's a decent microbrewery hiding somewhere in Pyongyang. All right, so you're strolling down the streets of Pyongyang, enjoying the sunshine and the definitely not staged smiles of passersby. The city is bustling with life, and you can't help but feel a sense of curiosity about the daily lives of the people here. You reach for your phone to snap a selfie, capturing the moment and the unique atmosphere. But wait, you're wearing blue jeans. A seemingly innocent choice, right? Don't worry, you haven't committed a fashion faux pas. You've committed a crime against the state. Yes, you heard that correctly. In this part of the world, your choice of denim could land you in serious trouble. That's right, folks. In North Korea, blue jeans are seen as a symbol of American imperialism and are strictly forbidden. The government views them as a direct threat to their ideology and cultural purity. Unless, of course, you're wearing them in a very specific shade of blue that's deemed acceptable by the government. This shade is carefully regulated and monitored to ensure it doesn't cross any ideological boundaries. Because nothing says down with the West like meticulously color coordinating your denim. The level of scrutiny and control over something as simple as clothing is truly astonishing. It's enough to make you wonder if they have a whole government department dedicated to denim regulation. Imagine the meetings and discussions that must go into deciding the acceptable shades and styles. The Ministry of Acceptable Trousers, perhaps? I'm just spitballing here. But in a place where even your jeans can be a political statement, anything seems possible. So next time you pack for a trip, maybe leave the blue jeans at home. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, North Korea elections? Isn't that an oxymoron? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. You see, North Korea does hold elections. But let's just say they're not exactly what you'd call democratic. For starters, there's only one candidate on the ballot. You know, for variety. And if you're thinking of spicing things up by writing in your own candidate, think again. That's a one-way ticket to a not-so-fun re-education camp. But here's the real kicker. Voter turnout is consistently reported at around 99.97%, which is impressive, considering that includes dead people. Apparently, in North Korea, even death can't stop you from exercising your patriotic duty. Okay, this one is dark, even for North Korea. It's called the 3 Generations of Punishment Law, and it's about as messed up as it sounds. Basically, if you commit a crime in North Korea, not only will you be punished, but so will your children and your grandchildren. That's right. They'll be held accountable for your actions, even if they weren't even born when the crime took place. It's like a twisted family plan, but instead of discounted phone bills, you get years of forced labor. This law is designed to instill fear and obedience in the population, and it's a stark reminder of the brutal reality of life under Kim Jong Un's regime. Chapter 4. Fact 14. The Ryugyong Hotel of Doom. Now let's talk about architecture, specifically the Ryugyong Hotel. This 105-story pyramid-shaped monstrosity dominates the Pyongyang skyline, but there's just one tiny problem. It's been under construction for over 30 years and still isn't finished. Construction began in 1987, but due to economic problems and a series of unfortunate events, like, famines, the hotel has become a symbol of North Korea's struggles, rather than its ambition. Some call it the Hotel of Doom, others the Phantom Hotel. Whatever you call it, one thing's for sure. It's a pretty expensive way to avoid finishing a building. Chapter 5. Fact 15. The Kim family, masters of time and space. All right, let's talk about the Kim family, the first family of North Korea. They're not just your average dictators. Oh no. According to official North Korean propaganda, they can control the weather, teleport, and they never, ever have to use the bathroom. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm also not saying I believe it. It's like a real-life superhero origin story, except instead of fighting for truth and justice, they're, ruling North Korea. Chapter 6. Fact 16. The Mass Games, Synchronized Spectacle. Imagine a stadium filled with 100,000 people moving in perfect unison, creating intricate formations and dazzling displays of color and light. No, it's not a scene from a sci-fi movie. It's the Arirang Mass Games, North Korea's answer to the Olympics. This massive spectacle involves months of grueling rehearsals and a level of coordination that would make a Swiss watchmaker jealous. It's a testament to the human spirit, or at least the human spirit's ability to follow orders really, really well. Chapter 7, Fact 17. The dog meat delicacy. Okay, this one is not for the faint of heart. In North Korea, dog meat is considered a delicacy. It's called dangogi and is often eaten during the summer months, as it's believed to have stamina-boosting properties. Now, I'm not here to judge anyone's culinary choices, but I'm just saying, if you're ever invited to a barbecue in North Korea, you might want to double-check what's on the menu. Chapter 8. Fact 18. The Great Leader's Birthday, a national holiday. In North Korea, birthdays are a big deal, especially if you're the supreme leader. Kim Il-sung's birthday, known as the Day of the Sun, is one of the most important holidays in the country. It's a day filled with parades, performances, and of course, plenty of praise for the great leader. And if you're lucky, you might even get a day off work, but only if you've been very, very good. Chapter 9. Fact 19. The Internet. North Korea's own internet. You know how much we love the internet, right? Well, in North Korea, they have their own version called the Kwangmyong. It's basically a heavily censored intranet that's only accessible to a select few. So if you're hoping to catch up on your favorite YouTubers or scroll through social media, you're out of luck. Unless, of course, you're really into North Korean propaganda. Chapter 10. Fact 20. The traffic ladies of Pyongyang. You've seen them in documentaries. Those impeccably dressed women directing traffic in Pyongyang with almost robotic precision. They're a symbol of order and discipline in a city that often feels frozen in time. But there's more to these traffic ladies than meets the eye. They're carefully selected, highly trained, and subject to mandatory retirement at the age of 26, because apparently nothing says efficient traffic flow like youth. Okay, imagine this. You turn on your TV and you've got a whopping 3 channels to choose from. Exciting, right? Well, that's the reality for North Koreans. And before you get any ideas about binge-watching your favorite shows, 2 of these channels are only available on weekends. The third? State-run propaganda, of course. Because who needs Netflix when you have hours of inspiring footage of tractors plowing fields? You guys ready for this? In North Korea, it's not 2023. It's not even the 21st century. Nope. They're living in the year 112. Why? Because they use the Juche calendar, which starts from the birth year of Kim Il-sung, their eternal president. It's like someone saying, hey, let's start counting years from the day I was born because I'm just that awesome. All right, I know what you're thinking. John, surely you can't be serious. Oh, but I am. According to North Korean propaganda, the glorious leader Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger. Yes, the hamburger. Apparently, he created this culinary masterpiece while touring the country, seeking to provide his people with delicious and nutritious food. Never mind that hamburgers have been around for centuries. Chapter 4. Fact 24. Traffic lights? Who needs them? Picture this. You're driving through a bustling city, but something's missing. There are cars, there are pedestrians, but there are no traffic lights. That's right. In Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, traffic is directed entirely by human traffic controllers. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance, except with the potential for fender benders. Chapter 5. Fact 25. Basketball diplomacy. So you know how countries usually do diplomacy with, like, ambassadors and treaties? Well, North Korea decided to take a different approach, basketball diplomacy. That's right. They invited Dennis Rodman, the former NBA star, to visit Kim Jong Un. Apparently, they bonded over their shared love of basketball. Who knew that slam dunks could be the key to international relations? Chapter 6. Fact 26. The rarest orchestra you'll never hear. This, my friends, is the Samjeon Orchestra. They're kind of a big deal in North Korea. Like, really big. They're known for their elaborate performances, their colorful costumes, and their Interesting interpretations of Western music. Imagine a polka version of My Heart Will Go On, and you're kind of getting the idea. Chapter 7, Fact 27. Unicorn Lair discovered. Or not. Okay, this one's a doozy. Back in 2012, North Korean state media announced that archaeologists had discovered the lair of a unicorn. Yes, a unicorn. The mythical creature that's basically a horse with a fancy horn. You know, the stuff of legends and fairy tales. Apparently, this lair was located near a temple associated with an ancient Korean king. The temple itself is a significant historical site, adding a layer of intrigue to the whole story. Coincidence? I think not. Or maybe, just maybe, it was a load of, you know. But let's dive deeper into this fascinating claim. The archaeologists claim to have found a rectangular rock carved with the words Unicorn Lair, 200 meters from the temple. This rock was supposedly a marker for the lair. According to historical documents, the unicorn was ridden by King Dongmyong, the founder of the ancient Korean kingdom of Goguryeo. This adds a mythical twist to the historical narrative. The announcement was met with a mix of skepticism and amusement worldwide. Many questioned the authenticity of the discovery, considering North Korea's history of making grandiose claims. Experts in archaeology and history weighed in, suggesting that the claim might be more about national pride and propaganda than actual historical fact. Whether or not the unicorn lair is real, it certainly captured the imagination of many. After all, who wouldn't want to believe in a world where unicorns once roamed? So, while the existence of a unicorn lair in North Korea remains highly doubtful, it makes for an intriguing story that blends myth, history, and a touch of modern-day mystery. And there you have it, Fact 27, Unicorn Lair discovered, or not. A tale that reminds us how history and legend often intertwine in the most unexpected ways. Chapter 8, Fact 28, The Kim Family. Masters of time travel? Have you ever wished you could be in two places at once? Imagine the possibilities. Attending a meeting while relaxing on a beach, or finishing your work while enjoying a concert. Well, according to North Korean propaganda, Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il were masters of this very skill. The state media often portrayed them as almost mythical figures, capable of extraordinary feats that defy the laws of physics and nature. They claim that these leaders could teleport, control the weather with their minds, and even slow down time. Imagine being able to stop the rain just by thinking about it, or appearing in a different location in the blink of an eye. These stories were designed to elevate the Kim family to a godlike status, making them seem invincible and omnipotent. It's like something out of a superhero movie, except, you know, with less spandex and more dictatorship. The propaganda served a dual purpose. It not only glorified the leaders, but also instilled a sense of awe and fear among the populace. By portraying the Kims as superhuman, the regime reinforced its control and discouraged dissent. So, while the rest of the world might see these claims as outlandish within North Korea, they were a powerful tool of political control and manipulation. Chapter 9, Fact 29, The Mandatory Haircut Law. Remember when I mentioned that North Korea has some interesting ideas about haircuts? Well, it's true. For men, there are only 28 state-approved hairstyles. That's right, 28. And no, a man bun is not one of them. Apparently, long hair is seen as a sign of rebellion, or, even worse, Western influence. Chapter 10, Fact 30, The World's Largest Stadium. For now. Last but not least, we come to the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium. This massive structure is the largest stadium in the world, capable of holding over 114,000 people. It's used for sporting events, mass games, and, of course, the occasional propaganda extravaganza. It's a sight to behold, even if you're watching it from the comfort of your own home. So there you have it, nerd fighters, 30 weird and wonderful facts about North Korea. It's a country that's both fascinating and deeply concerning, a place where reality seems stranger than fiction. But hey, at least they have unicorns, right? Or maybe not. Anyway, I hope you learned something new today. even if it's just that you should never, ever question the culinary genius of Kim Jong-il. Until next time, DFTBA.